Hey, it's Dr. Claw here with a brief tutorial on how to complete the claim formulas assignment for any text. Today I'll be looking at the assignment for Beowulf, but the instructions and the expectations are the exact same for any text that you're working on for Monsters in British Literature. So, the good news is you're already familiar with claim formulas from when you did your claim formula evaluations in training camps. So a lot of this is going to be review. Your goal in this assignment is actually to write your own claim formulas. So instead of evaluating claim formulas that I provide you, you create your own, and you'll do this based on your own interpretations of whatever text you're looking at. So in this example, based on your own interpretations of Beowulf. And as you know, when I've explained the claim formula previously, I suggest that you think about if you are a big picture person. So are you thinking about the big ideas of a text, what it means, what lessons it might be teaching? Or are you a detail person, like, why didn't they close that door? Why are they both wearing the same color shirt? So think back to kind of what you discovered about yourself when you were first reading about the claim formula and maybe reading through the post on Yellow Dig that I made about claim formulas. Because knowing how you think about a text is going to help you figure out how to proceed as you write your own claims. All right, so a big picture person. So if you're someone that notices big ideas and themes and big meanings, you are probably going to want to use this version of the claim formula as you write your own claim formulas. And the reason for that is that when you're thinking about meanings and big ideas, what you're really thinking about is what impact the reader receives from the text. In this case, you're the reader, and you're thinking about what impact that text had on you, that you read that text and now you think it means X, Y, Z. So big picture people, I recommend trying this format of the claim formula. Detail people, you're probably caught up in the nitty-gritty of the text, so roll with that. That's what the text is doing. Why'd they leave that door open? That's something the text is doing. And then you'll work your way into how does that detail affect the way I think about the text. Whereas with big picture people, you'll start with the meaning and then work your way into, well, what exactly did the text do that made me think that this is the meaning? Or what did it do that made me think that this is the lesson? So that's how I suggest you get started writing your own claim formula. Now, as you know, this class is all about drafting and revision, so don't expect yourself to write a perfect claim formula the first time you try it. Give yourself room to fiddle with it and to keep trying. And note that each claim formula's assignment asks you to write 3 claims about the text. And you'll use the claim formula for each of these 3 claims. Now, you are not required to use this version if you're a big picture person or this version if you're a detail person. Feel free to mix and match them. However, every claim in the assignment should have an impact on the reader, and it should have a detail about what the text is doing. So those 2 things are non-negotiable because that's what a claim formula is. All right, now this information is all stuff you've seen before. These are examples of what a big picture idea might look like. These are examples of what opinions versus statements look like. And there are examples of impact statements as well. So I'm not going to go back through all of that. I will have you take a look at the rubric. So there's some simple stuff like completeness. Make sure you've got 3 claim formulas. Make sure you have proofread it. And then you'll see that there's a grading category for each of your 3 claims. So claim 1, claim 2, claim 3. I'm just going to go through the expectations for excellent for 1 claim. Okay, so as you know from your claim evaluations, I'm looking for complex thought in these claims, something that moves beyond obvious interpretations. Now, this is subjective, clearly, but what you can think about is start with your first impressions and then take it 1 step further. So if you're pushing beyond your first impressions, then you're much more likely to move into complex thought and you're much more likely to move beyond obvious interpretations. The next thing I'm looking for is, have you identified a detailed part of the text rather than a broad phenomenon? In some situations, a broad phenomenon is fine for a claim, maybe in a thesis for a paper, but the harder way to write a claim is actually about details, and that's what you'll be using the most because you use those in body paragraphs and your analytical paragraphs. So I want you to practice that because it's going to make you get more specific in your analysis. So in your claims for the claim formulas assignment, find a detailed part of the text. I don't want to hear about an overarching series of events in the text. I want you to tell me about a specific moment in the text. Maybe it was something a character said, or something a character did, or maybe how a character reacted to something, or maybe it's not even something about a character. Maybe it was something the narrator said or did or described. Maybe it was something about the setting, or even a figure of speech that really jumped out at you. You're looking for a detail here. And then finally, of course, you'll need to say, how does that detail affect the way that the reader interprets or understands the text? So keep this rubric in mind as you're writing your 3 claims, and always feel free to reach out to me on YellowDig with any questions. You can use that Q&A tag, and be sure to use the @ symbol to tag me so that I know that you're asking me a question.